Alright, for this section, it's going to get a little confusing because it's been a while since I cracked all this, and as you can see, it's pretty voluminous and arduous. But I thought about it here with the electron ballistic targets. You hear that they're talking about all these DEWs on the internet. They call them DEWs, directed energy weapons, in reference to lasers. That's not the case. Lasers have always been called military lasers, THELs, tactical high energy lasers. And they're called THELs for this reason. The wraith of hell takes the WAR out of wraith, then leaves the ion here, which leaves the L there, cell. And they've always been called tactical high energy lasers. So I went and I found that here, DEW, directed energy weapons, plus EBT, electron ballistics targets, leaves the statement we det here when you combine them, which is like this part here, debit, no ID equals EBT. Then if you take all this bad private beta, black ops zombie, here we go, battlefield 3 limited missions, all these Call of Duties, and use the item sonus, Call of Duty, plus the Yasin in Arabic, the tone Yasin, which is right here, you see, and the Sadhi in Arabic, which is right here, the Ayam, or the Sadhi, which is there. Then the DEW makes this item sonus statement Call of Dues, which is as Sony, or really would be as on Y out H, in reference to this whole code, help a child's anal canal, on now AT&T, which is reference to this whole code, Bank of East Asia, BET, EBT, there's your AT, which would be watts, of course, right, which is what? The electronic symbol for energy, or the electronic term for energy. That would be now at tone, and then that would be 1 at uno, and that would be God and devil, all of which runs the Euclidean mnemonics through a neo, uno volt, hint, tone, which is a reference to, tones in the ears, cellular towers. So if we go back over here to where the DEW plus EBT splits to we det, and you identify the split in them, the decalation in sonnet networking, adding and dropping. If you're here, you use the Semek, the Hebrew Semek, which is right here, and the Greek Sigma, which is right here. You see, converts to S, and the Semek converts to M. Or actually, if you use the meme, the Hebrew meme converts to M. Then you get S and M, right? Which then runs the decalation sentence of sonnet networking, insane in mind, to use the S and M frame methods here. Now if we go over here, this is Yellow Pages, which AT&T prints in. This is the page from Yellow Pages. You notice it says YPSM, Yellow Pages, SM. It says Yellow Pages SM there. Another place says YPLCC or LLC. Why would it say LLC in S&M? Because that's PAY, pay, S&M. Alright? So you know here, that this statement here, God saves lives. Where does that come from? The etymology of it here, it's hive slaves, right? So you take the lives out of that and you get the save, because it's all been done through the hospitals. There it is. And through the rehabs to racketeer prokaryotic cell bodies to create pain and then try and extort for anesthesias, right? So here, we come over here, OCGA 1614.3.3 racketeering definition states, enterprise means any person, sole proprietor, or partnership. So if we go here to the Georgia Gateway sign here, it says, if you need any application, there are community and medical assistance partners, which is a partnership in racketeering. So, quite obviously, these entire programs have intended to create economic deprivation by what they call recidivism, which is constantly taking somebody's ability to make money. And from that, we go back over the yellow pages and we see here is a medical service partner with ADT, health and senior safety. And of course, the seniors would have been the generation that had done it to our generation. And here you have ADT, home security, which of course demands that homes be, what does it say? Burglarized, which demands a need for people that are poor in order to sell their product. And fire, which of course was back to the entire Coast Guard kitty fire extinguisher recall. So here it's saying 4 repetitious ads directly next to each other with 4 coding strategy different numbers must have made a lot of money. Pinkerton doctrine racketeering security threat demands. What deprivation of pecuniary gain created the soup kitchen supply of security threat for the multi-ad economics? What deprivation of pecuniary gains? Hospitals and rehabs and the court judiciates that are the security, that are the law enforcement community, that are basically the humans that come out of paramilitary training and try to attack anybody and anything they can in order to compel their own promotion. And then start companies like AT&T and ADT, which has made enough money that they can afford. This is just one page, 1, 2, 3, 4 ads on one page, and our health service partners are too. And here they are aligned with AT&T, that is the BEA, the BET, the EBT, that is the Beta, Black Lambi with the SNAP connection, and connect to these Battlefield Wars. Here we go, Battlefield 3 PlayStation, EA Sports, which believes in shocking, dual shock, like milligram shock box. So here we say EA Sports. Why did it ever come from EA Sports? When we come up here, the Dreamland Battle Stations is what it is, the key. Dreamland was what they alleged to be Area 51. For those who were too young to have come around when the whole thing started, Area 51 was called Dreamland. It's alleged to be the data repository establishment land. But the real Area 51 is an area code 51, which is 732, and uses the key no L. The angel did sing, right? So what is it? Ray is L is Ray L. And here's the symbol Ray here. right there. See the symbol ray converts to R, and this one here can be said to be like a 5 and a 2 if it's turned upside down, which 5 plus 2 equals 7, 5 minus 2 equals 3, nowhere else. So then you would go 3 minus 2 equals 5, or 7 minus 2 equals 5, 3 minus 2 equals 1. Therefore, it's area code 51. 732 area code of Middlesex County, New Jersey, which is the barocentric axis of Merck, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Bristol Myers Squibb, and it's right at the right on the edge of Murray Hill, New Jersey, which is where AT&T headquarters is. And White Horse Station in Rahway, New Jersey, is where there's your station and battle station. Merck's headquarters is. Murray Hill, New Jersey, is the headquarters of AT&T Bell South, with their underground facility and underground labs there. And notice here, Dreamland here. Now when you take the apposition now W, you then get now what? Homeland. If you use this, Doctor Who. You might remember that word. Who is the World Health Organization. There's your doctor. You cut that there. Then you're left with the EAM, so you EM the E. Then that's where they got Homeland Security Department from. You drop that down there. There's AMA. That then leaves DR, which is like what? Another spoliation entity attacking non-combatant civilians. The DOC2R. And then the D.E.A, which is another racketeering entity that it attempts to artificially rarefy known anesthesia prokaryotes in order to create corporations and spoliate people for PFP racketeering. And then that breaks down to EA Sports, which leads you over to EA Sports, which leads you to Battlefield Editions. That leads you to their revigoration with dual shock, like milligram shock box experiments, which is to leash as muse and stimulate violent Pavlovian response and lie about it, all through tech. Now this is all tech. So now to go over here to this is a portion of the receipts I received from Georgia Gateway, see Department of Human Services, Public Health Care, case number. I believe I showed you how that's cracked, how that's coded. That's coded by Georgia, Department of Georgia or Gateway. So here, client ID. How did they crypt that? Well, here we go. Defense Intelligence Agency, the DIA, which is like the DEA, only there's an I instead of the E. With that, you see here the number is 7990668. Of course, I blacked out the last numbers for personal safety reasons. So if you take that, then you get this, and you use the ordinal ordination of Defense Intelligence Agency, then you get ENNASSI, which is the antenna. There's the ant before the antenna, and there's the fire, like Y, fire, ant, antennas. In other words, using phones to try and shock people like antennas, like fire ants do, right? So, here we say routine habit, accumulated adjudicated facts to establish mens rea are found in the Great Depression relation to economy, in relation to establishing drug company DEA relations to NIMH, milligram shock box, amplification of Pinkerton doctrine racketeering. Alright, so we come back over here and we'll see here, back to this AT&T triangulation, the technology. who is the mother corporation of all the umbrella corporations. You can say whatever you want. I was around when it all started. I was around before there ever were cell phones. There was only AT&T and Bell South that is the mother corporations. All other corporations are subsidiaries. Here, if you use, go back to this BEA, Bank of East Asia, which is in Chicago, which is where, of course, Obama came from the whole time. They claim that where he was in Illinois. If you use this, the Arabic Tay, it's called. Let me find it. Yeah, it's right here. The Arabic Tay, which is right here. So notice it looks like a microscale B, cuneiform microscale B. And again, if you use the Greek sigma and the A, then you get TSA. That's where they got TSA from. Now it's Bank of East Asia. Now here we go. Made in China. This is, of course, made in China. And this is the Legrand multi 10x8 combo module that allows to run so many what do you call it, lines off of a single line phone in and video lines. See, that's, I already have another video about that, and you can watch that video about that. But so here we know that Eric Legrand was a Rutgers Knight. He was an EA Sports triangulating football player, allegedly injured during the game. He's a BET triangulation, Black Entertainment Television, and he's from the New Jersey State College, triangulating to AT&T Bell Labs in Murray Hill, New Jersey, triangulating to Tysus Lane, Matrix Distributors, 110B, Tysus Lane, and the R there. So the module uses the word J constantly here to label all its ports. So we go over here to the do J, and we use, see it backwards for what it is. If you were reading it as of Hebrew, it would be S, really. S use J, that Jesus. So it would then be forward, according to us, left to right, do Jesus, right? So I thought about what happens when you run the ergonomic, or the mnemonics of the Euclidean coordination of the statement Department of Justice. You get fuse, part, the, ant, tice. So this whole Tysus and tigers thing here, clear all nicotine to the tigers as the keyword to woods, then runs over here to the Justice Department's intent to you do Jesus, and there's that reference to that ant phone again, the fire ant phone. And remember, they're not these great heroes of non-criminal behavior, as you call it. How about Robert Hansen, Special Agent Robert Hansen, who was allegedly arrested for selling secrets to the Russian, hanging out in go-go bars, doing cocaine. Never mind all that. So here, made in China, foreign manufacturer is a manufacturer intended to strong-arm robbery, domestic pecuniary gain by foreign military munition support to entrap a domestic supply for economic spoliation. If a is a foreign electronic munitions assault, providing its victims the legal Article 51 UN Charter defense of self as the accumulating to nation. Therefore, even they went and made all these electronics in China, they purposely intended to keep me unemployed and therefore make me poor, and therefore I have every right to Article 51 because they're all assaulting me with made in China products, and therefore as a self-accumulating to a nation, I have the right to defend myself and the nation no matter what it takes against a foreign assault as such. Especially when they plotted it here to keep me that poor and then force me onto the EBT so they could use these Wi-Fi and antennas here to attack me.